Atlanta's Hit Music Q99.7. It's the Kristin Show. What an honor to have Mayor Andre Dickens in the Q99 studio. Thank you so much for joining us today, sir.
Thank you for having me, Kristin. I'm excited.
I mean, this is a pinch me moment. I never thought in a million years when I reached out to Raina that you all would actually say yes. So thank you.
Hey, yes is what we're in the business of. Yes.
I love it. We wanted to kick off this interview with some really exciting news for Atlanta, and that is that Angel Reese is coming to the Atlanta Dream.
I'm so excited. She's got great skills, a great personality. The seats are going to sell out every game, and jerseys are going to sell, and she's just going to be phenomenal for the community. You know, I'm excited. You know, Atlanta Dream is one of my favorite sports teams ever, and I'm excited that they got a big star. This is important.
This is huge. And I love, too, that they've moved several games over to State Farm Arena. So that home opener, May 17th, will be at State Farm Arena. I have no doubt that's going to be a packed house.
Yeah, it's going to be a packed house. I'm pretty sure yours truly will be there.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
I'm going to try to get my jersey signed by Angel Reese and, take a selfie or something.
You hear us, Angel Reese. Let's go.
Yeah, that's right.
You might hopefully know a person or two that could get you there, right?
Hopefully. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a blast.
You know, the Atlanta Dream brings all the young ladies and the women and the dads and everybody out to the game. So this is going to be big. And, of course, she has that rivalry with Caitlin and everybody. And, we're going to make sure we set it off in Atlanta for her.
We cannot wait to welcome her in style to the ATL. And then something else huge that's coming to Atlanta is the World Cup.
Yeah.
We get to be on the world stage with our own World Cup games or matches, excuse me, because we're talking about soccer.
That's right.
Is Atlanta prepared for the influx of World Cup fans?
Yeah, we're about 70 plus days away from our first match on June 15th. So we are excited. We've been planning for this ever since the first day that they announced that we were one of the host cities. They told us we're going to have 8 matches, which is the second highest amount of matches of any city. So, and we got the semifinals. So we're going to have lots of teams. We have Spain, South Africa, Haiti, Cape Verde, Morocco, Uzbekistan, we have Saudi Arabia, we have the world is coming to Atlanta. And not only are those countries going to bring their people, but folks from around the United States are going to fly into or drive into Atlanta to catch some matches. So we're ready. We have a whole lot of protocols and things in place. The hotels are ready. MARTA's ready to, APD and everybody. We're ready. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah, because, Atlanta is such a beautifully diverse city.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that we would be able to host some World Cup games.
Yeah, I think that's right. We had the Olympics in 1996, and 30 years to the date later, we're going to have the World Cup.
30 years to the date? No way.
Yeah, it was in 1996, and now this is 2026. So there's, 30 years in the making, and so here we are, and I'm just excited about it. And the city is really stoked about it. We got soccer fans that weren't even soccer fans. Now everybody's a soccer fan. Atlanta United has done that, and now Atlanta's really on the map. Of course, we have the U.S. Soccer Federation's headquarters is here. We're going to get us a women's soccer league starting in 2028. So we're moving up in the world for sure.
Oh, yeah. As a Atlanta resident, a proud Fulton County resident, as soon as those, anytime World Cup tickets become available, or if there's if there's a March Madness makes its way here, I'm always getting blown up via text. Can we stay at your house? Can we stay at your house?
Well, that's good.
It is.
That stimulates our economy, our restaurants, and our, establishments get to make some money off of our visitors. And that's what we want to do, show off the city.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's where I wanted to come in. You just mentioned all those countries that'll be coming here. Fans from their countries will be coming here. So whether you're one of those international players, maybe you're one of those international fans, as the mayor of Atlanta, do you have an experience, a restaurant, a type of food that they need to try to fully feel like they got to experience the 404?
Oh, man, listen. Atlanta is known for some great food, and we got to tell everybody about it.
Yeah.
So you can either eat your way around the Beltline every day. You can just munch as you go. Or, we have, of course, everybody loves our lemon pepper wings. Everybody loves our Waffle House. You think about it, Atlanta has founded Waffle House, Chick-fil-A. You can't, walk around here without a wing spot. They just knock on your window and serve you wings if you're driving through Atlanta. The Varsity, we got these places, but then we have just great steakhouses and sushi restaurants, and a lot of Mediterranean food has popped up big in the city of Atlanta. And last but not least, Atlanta tacos are like delicious,
Yeah.
And so, I think it's going to be a great way for people to experience our city and see the great weather, all the beautiful trees and parks and things are going to just really make folks have a great time in the city.
I'm looking forward to our city shining during this event. I know you wanted to discuss and talk about the Neighborhood Reinvestment Initiative. So I went on the website and was scoping everything out, and I love the tried and true Atlantans, like those who were born here, raised here, but we have an incredible amount of transplants, myself included, though I have been here 15 years.
Okay.
But I think it's special, yes, those who are born and raised here are special, but the ones who also chose Atlanta to make Atlanta their home and to raise our kids here, like myself.
Awesome.
What are you doing to make this, as the website says, the best place in the country to raise a child?
Yeah, that's my North Star. I was born and raised here in Atlanta, and I want this to be the best place to thrive and raise a child. That's a great, ambitious goal of ours. And, part of it is Atlanta's growing so fast. We have rapid growth. Everybody's moving here. We're putting up buildings left and right, new restaurants, new businesses. But we want to make sure we have balanced growth. We have a lot of growth in certain areas where there's new grocery stores and you can get a great, jobs are there, healthcare is there. But then there's some areas, and they're usually south and west of the city, on the south side of the city, where there's no hospital. There's no hospital south of I-20 in the city of Atlanta. So people might experience a medical emergency and they got to sit in Atlanta's traffic trying to get to Grady or trying to get to Piedmont. That's just unfair. And so we really want to make sure people are healthy, which means grocery stores. You can drive 5 or 6 miles on some streets in Atlanta on the south side and never reach fresh food. So people are, having to take buses and 2 buses sometimes just to be able to get to a quality grocery store. And so we want to invest in those communities and reinvest some of the dollars that we have to make sure that there's whole, healthy, stable neighborhoods and safe neighborhoods in those areas. And they deserve it. And this is a way for us to do that, and through emphasizing collaboration amongst the public agencies, Fulton County, City of Atlanta, MARTA, the school system, residents and the private sector, encouraging them to invest in those areas to bring jobs there, but also the necessities so that people aren't always having to travel so far or basically do without. So economic mobility to help them move up is important so that everyone thrives and flourishes in Atlanta. And we have a mechanism to do that. We have tax allocation districts that we want to expand and extend, and that's a way for us to do that. And we're looking forward to the city council taking that measure.
Awesome. Mayor Dickens, I think I'd be a bad Atlantan and I'd be a bad mom if I didn't ask you about this past weekend in Atlanta. And I know we're focusing on the outliers, and the outliers are the ones this past weekend who shot and killed children, causing devastation. But the outliers do affect the whole. Yeah. So for 16-year-old Tiana Robinson and for the 3-year-old on Washington Street, and the 9 other that were injured this past weekend, I think the whole of Atlanta wants to know, what are we doing to keep our kids safe?
Yeah, absolutely. I've talked to Tiana Robinson's parents, a few times over the last few days. It just breaks my heart. I'm a girl dad. My daughter is near and dear to my heart. She's 21 now, and I'd be devastated if she was killed or shot by a stray bullet anywhere in the city, whether it's Piedmont Park or anywhere throughout the city. And the young lady that was also shot that was right near her, thankfully she, sustained injuries and was able to go home the very next day. I talked to her mom and talked about her journey to recovery. And thankfully she's alive and going to be fine. And then the 3-year-old that was shot by someone as she was being babysat at midnight by this 71-year-old lady. We don't know who was doing what with playing with a gun or what happened in that home. Police can't be everywhere. They can't be inside your home with your babysitter. We also had a man shoot his son this weekend. His son was visiting from North Carolina, and the man told his son, "I'm going to shoot you if you don't get your act together," and he shot him. And the police asked him, "What happened to your son?" And he told the truth and said, "I just got fed up." So it's too many guns in the hands of too many people in the wrong places. So anger plus guns are leading to bad decisions and poor outcomes and, unfortunately, tragedy. And that occurred this weekend. And so we're recovering from that. It's something that I take very seriously. Public safety has been the number one focus of me and my administration. Kristin, I'll tell you, on this date, 4 years ago, we would have had 48 homicides by this point 4 years ago. That was the number on this date. Today, we're sitting at 17, and that includes the ones I mentioned today.
Which is a number that does need to be commended. I mean, that's a huge,
too many.
For sure.
Yeah, one is one too many, but we would have had 3 times as many 4 years ago had we not put in all the policing and non-policing activities and efforts that we did. So I don't want anybody to believe that the sky is falling. Mm-hmm. We had thousands of people here over the weekend for various events. We have 8 school systems out right now on spring break. That's 600,000 kids out of school. So we have put together all these activities for young people at our At Promise centers and our parks and recreation. We're spending lots of money making sure teens in the city are safe. And we want teens across the whole metro and young adults to be able to have a great experience in our city, and we want them to be safe. So, yeah, this weekend I'm still shaken up, and I think some citizens are. And I want everybody under the sound of my voice to know that we take these matters seriously, and we're going to continue to do all we can on the police side and on the youth development side and on the domestic violence side to make sure that people are safer.
Yeah, I was impressed with that you were holding parents accountable for making sure that their kids are where they are supposed to be.
Yeah, that's the other side of this. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's hard to do this all the time, to kind of, I don't want it to sound like I'm shifting focus, like, hey, don't put it on me. Now I'm the mayor. I'm a big boy. I take all, mm-hmm. Hey, I signed up for this job. Yeah. I'm going to do the hard work. And we have done the hard work, and the results are very clear that crime is way down. But parents got to parent. Right now, my daughter is 21 years old. If I pull my phone out of my pocket, I can tell exactly where she is. I have an app that tells me, and she knows that the app exists, and we can, hey, she's in this class, or she's at work, or she's at a thing. So, these parents have to know where their kids are. And if you're dropping your kid off at somewhere right before the curfew, you're setting your kid up and you up for a curfew violation, which is an offense. And so we're going to be holding parents accountable. We're going to be pressing charges so that they get the message. It's not to penalize them forever. It's so that you don't break the law again by making your kid be a curfew violator. They need to know you take the law serious and that you take their whereabouts into consideration. Also, kids play games nowadays. They say, hey, we're going to go over to Johnny's house, and we're all just going to be hanging over there eating pizza, and you get over to Johnny's house, and none of Johnny's parents are there, no adults are there, and now they're walking the streets of Atlanta for 3 hours, and you're thinking they're at Johnny's house playing out. No, they're getting into mischief. So don't play those games either. Go inside, say hello to the parents before you leave from dropping your kids off.
Yeah, everybody who is a parent has also been a kid, and I played those games back then.
I was going to say nowadays. I don't know if that's just nowadays.
Yeah,
I know, you're right.
Yeah, no, we played those games. I hate to break it to you, Mr. Mayor, we were not at Candy's house. We were at Taco Bell.
Yeah, we're at Taco
causing
Bell.
mischief, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is a good transition because during the summer, kids are going to be off school as well, and you have a summer youth employment program.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be hugely helpful in making sure our youth stays out of that mischief.
You are so right. That has been helpful over the last few years is the Summer Youth Employment Program. We have employed over 20,000 young people, making at minimum $15 an hour. Now, I remember when I was a kid, we were making like $4 an hour. Putting those $4 together just to be able to go to Burger King,
Right?
and be able to go to the Six Flags at the end of the month,
No, babysitter's making way more than I did back in the day.
I know, yeah. So we have a minimum of $15 an hour, and it goes up by age. So when you're like 14, 15, you're getting $15 an hour. By the time you're 17, 18, you're getting like $18 an hour. And please sign up. Your kid can sign up. You can sign up for them, but we want them to kind of sign up at atlyearoftheyouth.com. www.atlyearoftheyouth.com. You can sign up for a job, and you kind of get to pick like what your interests are. You might want to be into international things, so you want to go to the airport. You might want to be into animals and such, so you go at the zoo or you go to the aquarium, et cetera, et cetera. You might be interested in law, and you can work at our law department or a law firm we work with. So it's been fantastic experiences for these young people.
I bet.
It keeps them busy, out of trouble, because they're making money, and they can go spend their money at the movies or at the various fun things they want to do, and it just keeps them busy. And then they have a mentor. Usually, your boss, your first boss, is kind of like your uncle or aunt or mom or dad, and so you can always kind of check in with them, and they check in with you. And I think that's going to be a great part of our summer. And it really led to safe summers the last few years. And so we look forward to that happening.
Because I think you're understanding now, like, we have to start with our youth. And that's how we're going to create better patterns in our city. Because I know how, with like, once you get bored, that's where like the problems, like with boredom comes the mischief and the trouble and the et cetera. And it's not the good trouble that we like to see. It's the other kind of trouble.
You're right.
So I appreciate everything you are doing for our kids to like get them on the right path and get them on the right path early. Because that's it, like intervening early is what's key, I think.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. You got to intervene key, and you got to early, and you got to make sure that you stay with them, check in. And one bad night could lead to some mischief. So you want to always be top of mind on those young people. Yeah,
because I'm so proud of my city. Like, I love Atlanta. I love living here. I love that my son was born here and that he's going to school here, and everything the city has to offer and everything that we have on the calendar coming up. Like, it's a great place to live. And I think so many people are realizing that, which is why we're busting at the seams.
Oh my gosh. Everybody's coming here. I say, hey man, they come in on Friday to hang out for the weekend. And then by Monday, they're like walking around with a realtor. Yeah. I'm like, wait, I thought you were going home. No, I'm kind of I got this realtor friend I met at on the Beltline, and now next thing you know, she's showing me around. And I'm going to buy a house and tell my folks I'm gone.
Mayor Andre Dickens, I only got one teeny tiny favor to ask of you, and it's so easy. Can you please make it rain so we can wash the pollen away?
Please.
I will call the Atlanta Weather Department soon as I leave and say, turn on the showers because the pollen is too much.
My allergies, my head feels like it's about to explode. No, I kid. It's the least we can put up with for everything that we have in our city. Well,
that's how we get the flowers. That's how we get the beautiful blooming flowers and greens. But it is making everything kind of a little yellowish green. Film over everything.
I'm so ready for that torrential rain to see the rivers of yellow running through the streets to know that it's washed away. Dogwood Festival is in Piedmont Park this weekend. Are you guys doing anything different because of what happened last weekend after 404 Day?
Yeah, I think we're going to continue to, Dogwood Festival is a tradition here in Atlanta that we love so much, just like the Atlanta Jazz Festival, One Music Fest, Music Midtown. We've hosted, like every year, we host over 180 festivals in Piedmont Park. There's only 365 days a year, and we host 180 festivals. So that's like every other day is a festival. So this weekend, we have Dogwood Festival. We're making some adjustments just on the property where Dogwood Festival is taking place, and also throughout the park. The events that happened this weekend, 404 Day event had actually ended, and it was on a whole nother side of the park where this unfortunate incident happened. So it wasn't really 404 related, but we're going to take that seriously and just put officers throughout the park, not just in the areas where the festival is taking place, but the whole park. And it's a big place, which means a lot of police, which means a lot of money, which means a lot of patrols. We're also bringing out our horses. The mounted patrol, they take up space, but they also put the officers high up so they can see further. And, we're going to take those precautions. A few other things, traffic management. This city, I remember about a month ago, people were calling me saying, downtown, I can't get around. That's because we're paving all these roads on the connector. We're paving roads downtown. So, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Yep. People are like, you got to pave these roads. Yeah. We start paving the roads. Like, why are you paving the road? Well, I'm driving on it. Okay. I'll pave the roads when no one is driving.
Sounds like you got my phone call.
When does that happen?
Never.
We will pave roads between 4 a.m. and 4:05 a.m.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
So we're gonna get it no matter what. I mean, I'm a big boy. I'll take the fight that people give you, but we'll try to do a little bit more traffic management the best we can. Ride share people, MARTA people to get to Piedmont Park, to get downtown to the city center or anywhere in Midtown. Consider taking a Uber, Lyft, or one of those ride shares, or take MARTA, or walk the Beltline or whatever. Just keep a car off of the roads and out of the parking spaces.
I got you, MARTA Smarta.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mayor Andre Dickens, for joining the Kristin Show. We so appreciate your time today.
All right, thank you. Happy to be here.